2. The integral from 0 to the square root of 7x, the cube root of 1 plus x squared dx. Perfect pick. Okay, very good. So let's take a look at this. What is the problem here, so to speak? Is it 7? Is it x? Is it the cube root? Or is it 1 plus x squared? What do you think?
Is it 1 plus x squared?
Yes. As long as I have du. If I don't have du, minus a constant that I can make up anytime, then that's not the right substitution. Can anyone give us du for this function? We are differentiating. We are differentiating, right? We're not integrating yet. We're just preparing the whole thing.
2x dx.
Awesome. Excellent. Do I have the x? Yes, I do. Do I have the x? Yes, I do. I don't have the 2. Who cares? So easy to make up a 2. 2 times 1 divided by 2 is 1. I did not change the problem. Okay, now let's see what we have. 1/2 stays outside. This 2 with this x and with this dx. What do I write instead of 2x dx? What do I write?
A.
Awesome. Good. Don't write the limits of integration yet. Now I have a 7. Okay, the 7 will go outside. And this is done and taken care of. What do I replace this by? Everything else is taken into account. This is taken into account with this. This is outside. Just this is the only piece that... Say yes, u to 1/3. Awesome. So now this is accounted for. Careful now. When the limit of integration for x is 0, what will the lower limit for u be?
1.
Perfect. When the upper limit of integration for x is the square root of 7, what will the upper limit for u, corresponding upper limit for u be?
8.
Awesome. Now, only now we are integrating. 7/2 outside times. Which function prime is u to 1/3? And remember, this is slightly more difficult because you have to write 1/3 plus 1 over 1/3 plus 1 from, there is no constant, right? This is a definite integral. The answer will be a number, no constant, from 1 to 8. Seven halves outside. Remember, this is 1, so it's 4 over 3. 3 over 4. Leave all the constants outside. And this is u to 4/3 from 1 to 8. I multiply here. I get 21 over 8. It can wait patiently. I plug in 8. The cube root of 8 will be 2. 2 to the 4th, 16. Minus cube root of 1, 1. 1 to the 4th is 1. So how did I do that so fast? Here it is. U to 4/3 can be rewritten as the cube root of u to the power 4. So that's why I quickly plugged in and took the cube root of 8, and I got 2, and 2 to the 4th is 16. I did the same thing with 1. The cube root of 1 is 1. 1 to the 4th is still 1. So then, finally, we have 21 over 8 times 15. So 21 times 15, no, 21 times 15 over 8. Okay, 39.375. We do not need to go back to x. Nobody cares. This is a final answer. And we can, if you want, we can go and check. And we have the integral. I didn't mean that. I meant this. And we have the integral from 0 to, it takes me longer to plug it in here than calculate it. But it's okay. So we had 7x. And then we have, careful with the cube root, 1 plus x squared. And the cube root. And no, okay, so when I hit enter, I have to get this 39.375. If I don't, I have to go back and see what was wrong. Maybe I entered this incorrectly, so that's why this is cumbersome to put this function in. It's not that user-friendly, okay? I mean, you have to be very careful. Okay. Good. So you want to continue with definite, or you want to go back to indefinite?
Can we go back to indefinite?
Yes, I'm ready. Please pick anything you want. Which one?
26.
Oh, 26. This one.
Yes.
Very good. 26. So we have the integral from t squared minus 1 to the 5th dt. Awesome. So looking at this function, forget about these. Looking at this function, can anyone come up with a substitution?
Is it t squared minus 1?
Can anyone? Excellent. Can anyone give us dy? If we don't have dy, we can continue, because dy is required in the next integral.
2t times dx.
Yes, times dt. Perfect. Awesome. Do I have t? Yes. Do I have dt? Yes. I don't have the 2. Who cares? Now I have the 2. So then these pieces, both of them are already here. The 1/2 stays outside. And now I need to replace this and put it here. Everything else is accounted for. 1/2 is accounted for, 2 and t and dt, 2t dt are accounted for. I only need to replace this by what it equals to.
Y to the 5th.
That's it. 1/2 in front. Now we are integrating. Which function prime is y to the 5th? Y to the 6th over 6. Is that okay? Is that clear? So then we have 1 over 12. Now I am forced to go back to t. So I have to replace this by what? This is an indefinite integral. I am forced to go back to the original variable.
T squared minus 1.
T squared minus 1. That's the method of substitution. I know we have 2 minutes left. Allow me to at least show they're all the same, but at least look at one problem. Marriage rates. Okay, 79. We have m of t equals 38.045 times e to negative 0.045 t. Fine. M of t is the number of marriages per 1,000 people per year. So this is per 1,000 people per year. Fine. Per year, t years after 2010. So t equals 0 represents 2010. Find the total number of marriages per 1,000 people in Nevada from 2010 to 2015. And this is from 2015 to 2020. Okay, so how do I determine this? What do I have to find? So this is t equals 0, and this is t equals 5. Okay, so this is the rate. We don't have to solve it, but let's just write the integer from
0 to 5.
yes, from all this and yes, we're going to denote this by u or y or x or whatever you want. So I'm going to stop here so I don't hold you over, and we're going to finish this, but chapter 4 is finished. So please finish everything, at least 70%.